Yo, welcome everyone. Bitcoin is on the monthly time frame on one of the best indicators, flashing a super rare signal. And no, it is not bearish at all. Now, first, what are you going to see? That on the 2-hourly time frame, the level we mentioned yesterday, it is right now being respected almost to the exact dollar accuracy. And of course, this specific level was not a random level. It was also very nicely aligning with the recent lows right here, and that simply means when we break the level towards the downside, it turns into the area of resistance. And in this case right here, it was also aligning perfectly with the golden Fibonacci ratio. And that is simply why Bitcoin is at the moment seeing a rejection of approximately 1.6%. But to be honest right now, when we are zooming out, we are seeing some even more bullish Bitcoin indications that could right now potentially mean we are going to continue even higher towards the upside and probably also above this major area of resistance at approximately 109,000 US dollars. Let me right now share with you what is this very and super rare signal going to be. And it's going to be happening on one of the best indicators for Bitcoin, Stochastic CG Oscillator by Lazy Bear. I found out about this specific indicator from one of the Korean traders, and you can right now see that on the monthly time frame we started curving towards the downside. Now, the last time we started curving from the overbought area towards downside, Bitcoin started bottoming out right here, and then we exploded once again towards another all-time high. Also right here, we started curving towards downside and we did not even reach the oversold area. Similarly to what is happening as of right now. We are not at the oversold area, however we need to know once we start curving towards downside, potentially Bitcoin is coiling up for another significant move towards the upside, maybe even another all-time high. We were also overbought at this specific area, started curving towards downside, and before we reached the bottom right here, we already got another all-time high. And what can you right now see? We went approximately from the overbought area, we are right now pushing towards downside, and once again, historically speaking, this right here is one of the biggest bullish indications you can ever get on the monthly time frame on the Bitcoin chart itself. Of course, I am not saying we cannot dump towards 20,000 US dollars. Of course, everything is possible. I'm just right now basing my prediction on objective data, and this specific indicator historically has been very accurate, almost 100% accurate, and that is why we can right now say, once we start curving towards downside, the probability of Bitcoin making another all-time high is simply going to be higher. Now, I can already see people in the comments saying to me, bro, when you zoom in on the 1-hourly and also on the 2-hourly time frame, clearly Bitcoin is moving in a downtrend. On the 2-hourly, looking on the exponential moving averages, clearly at the moment, 50 EMA is below 200 EMA, which technically means that on average we are in a downtrend looking on the 2-hourly and also looking on the 1-hourly time frame. However, if we are zooming out on the 4-hourly time frame, clearly you can right now see Bitcoin is still moving in a significant uptrend, and also even if we are right now going to see another push towards downside below our recent low, hitting the 200 exponential moving average, to be honest, I am going to be looking to buy even more to fire another long or a buying position on the Bitcoin chart itself. Now, to be honest, I'm as of right now still holding some massive long positions on XRP and also on SUI. Both of those trades are completely new, but also I remain in my long position on Bitcoin from much lower, from approximately 76,600 US dollars. Also, I'm in a long on Ethereum, on XRP, and also on Ondo. And that is right now simply why I would really appreciate for you to smash up the like button, because 1,000 likes are really possible. And also, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Let me right now share with you another bullish indication you can right now see not only on the monthly time frame on the Stochastic CG Oscillator right here, but also we can go one step further to identify some significant bullish divergences forming on the daily time frame, on the RSI, and also on the money flow indicator. indicator. And after that, we also need to talk about the elite wave theory, and additionally, I am going to share with you a very interesting chart on the altcoins market. But nevertheless, right now, first of all, on the daily time frame, you be the judge, but it really does look like lower lows are being formed on the RSI, lower lows and significant lower lows are being formed on the money flow indicator, while Bitcoin clearly is forming significant higher lows. What does it mean? A hidden bullish divergence, which simply means continuation of the trend is slightly more likely, and that is why at the moment I remain bullish, and that is simply why, as I told you before, if we do see right now another push down towards our very important area of support at approximately $103,000, I am going to open another long position on Bitcoin. Now, if we are not going to see another push down, I am not forcing any trades at this specific area. However, there is one support level that I want to share with you in a moment. But nevertheless, right now, if you watched yesterday's video, you probably know that I talked about a potential 5-wave price structure we can identify on the 4-hourly time frame. We talked about that this right here can simply be the first impulse. We got a correction, another impulse, another correction, and if Bitcoin is right now going to start moving lower, of course, we can still form this 5-wave structure towards downside. However, there is one very important rule that is, as of right now, already being broken with the 4th elite wave. And this specific rule is going to be wave 4 does not overlap with the price territory of wave 1. So what can we right now see? This right here is wave 1, and if we right now identify the territory of this specific wave, clearly the 4th elite wave is coming directly towards the end of the 1st elite wave, which technically speaking should not happen if this specific 5-wave price structure towards downside right now still wants to remain valid. Now, there is still one very important rule that still has not been broken, and this rule is going to be that the 4th elite wave should be no more than 50% of the 3rd elite wave. So what does it mean? When we are measuring the entire move down, the entire 3rd elite wave, this entire correction should not break the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level. So as of right now, clearly, we are still trading below 0.5 Fibonacci retracement. So according to this specific rule, the 5-wave price structure towards downside still remains valid. And I would say like that because cryptocurrency market, because Bitcoin itself is very, very volatile, I would actually still say the 5-wave price structure, even though right now the 4th elite wave is coming in the territory of the 1st elite wave, is still valid because usually cryptocurrencies like to see slightly bigger moves towards the upside and also towards downside. However, if we are right now going to start moving once again higher, above the high that was formed on the 4th elite wave, above this specific area of resistance, I would then definitely say, okay, our 5-wave price structure, this specific rule was definitely broken, and only then we are going to look for much higher targets to be hit on the Bitcoin chart itself. Now, let me share with you what is going to be this major area of resistance you should really be aware of if Bitcoin is going to be able to see another push towards the upside. And of course, it is not going to be a random level, and you should really not ignore it because we can identify it on the weekly time frame. That being said, we can go with the weekly high-term time frame area of resistance at approximately $109,000. And as I also said only 1 hour ago on Twitter right here, where I said perfect rejection at the golden pocket. Usually, you should not ignore the golden pocket, and that is simply why if we are right now going to go higher towards our weekly level, you can clearly see the weekly level, it is aligning exactly with the golden Fibonacci ratio. And that is also why potentially we can be looking for some kind of a short or a sell position at this specific area if Bitcoin is going to be able to see some kind of a push towards the upside. However, with the take profits, we need to be slightly quicker simply because we still know we are moving in a significant uptrend. And as we said before, looking on the RSI indicator, on the money flow indicator, on the Adler stochastic CG oscillator, it is still more likely Bitcoin is going to form another all-time high. And that is right now also why if you want to trade with us and take an advantage of the free $8,000 bonus, no KYC and no VPN, click the second link down below in the description, because if you're going to register, you are going to get 10 USDT completely for free. This specific bonus is right now still limited to only first 300 signups. You're going to get VIP level 3 upgrade, a 20% deposit bonus, but also right now we are still hosting a 3000 USDT trading competition. Now, unfortunately, the campaign is right now still valid for the next 6 days, so take advantage of those insane bonuses with the second link down below after you register and after initial deposit. Now, let me also share with you what is going to be the first area of support I would right now be aware of in a case Bitcoin is right now going to continue just slightly lower towards downside. And then I'm also going to share with you some very nice price targets I have for XRP, because as I said before, I did enter another fresh long position on XRP, and also we need to talk about the altcoins market. But nevertheless, let me right now first of all share with you what is the first area of support you should really not ignore in a case Bitcoin does see another push towards downside. And simply what we are going to do, let's go with the anchored VWAP. Now, trust me, not a lot of people even know about this specific level, and we are going to anchor it exactly at the bottom. You can clearly see how nicely it has been respected in the past. Area of support right here, area of resistance. Once broken towards the upside, it turns into the area of support. Now, this specific level, it is not aligning perfectly with the golden Fibonacci ratio, but nevertheless, when we go from our swing low back towards the swing high, it does look like golden pocket is coming in almost exactly with the anchored VWAP, and also almost exactly with the previous low for liquidity purposes. So I would say like that, if you're right now not already holding a long position on Bitcoin, that being said, you maybe did not even long XRP and SUI as I did only a couple of days ago, because both of those cryptocurrencies, both of those altcoins hit a very important level. I would simply say, looking for a proper long position at this specific area, it is still going to be slightly more risky. However, if you're going to set a stop loss, at least you're trading with the major trend, at least you're trading with the bullish divergences on the RSI, and also with the bullish indications on the Adler stochastic CG oscillator on the monthly time frame. Now, once again, personally, I am not going to take this specific position because I am already holding some insane long positions on the entire crypto market. However, if you're right now not in any positions, the trade, it is still going to be slightly more risky. Now, if you're looking for the best long position, the one that I'm also personally paying attention to, it is simply going to be longing the 200 exponential moving average on the 4-hour time frame. So this specific level is coming in at approximately 103,000 US dollars. Now, to be honest, I don't know if the level is going to be hit, but nevertheless, if the level it is going to be hit, I am potentially going to fire another long position on Bitcoin. So I would definitely say this specific long position is a much better one, simply because it is a much bigger area of support. But the thing is, I do not know if the level is going to be hit in the next couple of hours. Now, some good news right now for altcoins. You can notice on a very interesting chart from TechDev. He's right now saying that time is up. 4 years in the making, the old spring has never been wound tighter. And look right now at the Bollinger Bands, because it really does look like they're squeezing very much together on the 2-month time frame, and they're squeezing together for a very long time. Usually, when Bollinger Bands go very, very tight together, it means expansion is going to happen sooner rather than later. And that is why, if Bitcoin is going to continue pumping towards the upside, that being said, maybe even forming another all-time high in the next couple of days, in the next couple of weeks, it is then definitely going to mean that probably we are going to enter a significant altcoin season. That is also why I am holding some insane long positions, not only on Bitcoin, also for example on SUI, and also on XRP. And maybe right now you're wondering, what is my next target with XRP? Because yes, I did enter a long or a buy position at approximately, let's just say, 2.14 US dollars, which right now means I am in a long position for approximately this specific area, looking for higher targets. What is going to be my next higher target on XRP? You can clearly, as I right now see, we are trading at the anchored VWAP area of resistance, but to be honest, I want higher. I want at least the golden Fibonacci ratio, the daily level, and the liquidity level above the high to be hit on XRP in the next couple of days. And this level right here is going to be my next take profit area, stop loss to break even, and there is going to be no more risk on the table. I am going to pay pay myself, which is of course the main thing of trading. You need to pay yourself. You need to take profits, because if not, probably someone else is going to take them from you. So of course, if a significant level is going to be hit, take profit, stop to break even, no more risk on the table. And of course, if we continue higher, even better, because to be honest, I do not hold any short positions on any other crypto. So that is simply why ideally I want Bitcoin to start moving towards the upside. Not only Bitcoin, of course, also the entire crypto market, also altcoins right here, but nevertheless, only time will tell. If I'm right now looking for only the best trades, the only next best trade is going to be looking to buy the 200 EMA on the 4-hour time frame if it's going to be hit. If not, of course, I remain in all of my long positions on other cryptocurrencies, but nevertheless, if you want to trade with us, simply take an advantage of the free $8,000 bonus, no KYC, no VPN, with the second link down below, because only after you register, you're also going to get 10 USDT completely for free. And also right now, thank you for smashing up the like button.